As you train to become a school bus driver, you hear about reference points. Reference points are objects that you use to position your school bus and to avoid collisions. They can be permanent reference points, like the lamp posts over here in the parking lot. We can consider them permanent reference points. Or they can be temporary, like those cones. They could be removed at any time, so those are considered temporary reference points. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use reference points to park my vehicle. We will pretend that the 3 cones over there, they are a permanent wall. And I will park my bus in a parking space where I have to back up against that wall that is formed by those cones. And I will use reference points to make sure that I park properly and avoid collisions. So I'm pulling next to that parking spot over here. And what I will do, I will perform an offset maneuver to get in line with my parking spot. Just like this. And I do not want to come into collision with the wall behind me now. So what I do, if I perform this maneuver for the first time, what I would do is to pull the parking brake, to apply the parking brake, put the transmission into neutral, go see in the back, walk to the back of my bus to see how much distance I have left with the wall. But since I performed it more than once, and that's what happens as you gain experience as a school bus driver, there are certain maneuvers that you will have to perform on a daily basis. And this is where reference points become very useful. You don't want to trust them blindly, but you can use them to have a better idea, a better understanding of your surroundings. So as I back up, since I studied the situation, I know that there is a lamp post on my left side, and as soon as the way I have my seat adjusted, positioned, and all, I know that as soon as my shoulder is lined up with that lamp post, like this over here, then I know that my vehicle is at proper distance from the wall, that I'm not hitting the wall. So this is how you use reference points, and you can use more than one. I have that lamp post right next to me, but if I look on the other side through my service door, then I see that yellow line over there that is lined up right with my service door. I see that driveway and that building over there, one of the posts is lined up perfectly with my body and my service door. So I can use more than one reference point. And if something doesn't seem quite right, if one reference point doesn't look the way it should, as I expected at that very moment, then that's a red flag. At that point, I apply the parking brake, I put the transmission into neutral, and I walk around the vehicle to figure out what the problem idiots.